The lights change, and we have a start in the women's youth 8s. So over in our far lane, we got an early jump out of Newport. Row America Rye trying to stay with them, but it's still too early to call. You can't win a race off the start, but it sure does help get a little bit of a confidence boost if you got a couple seats here or there ahead of the field. But we're looking at Newport, Row America Rye, neck and neck in these early first 250 meters. Then we've got Mount St. Joseph over on the far side of the field with Marin.
Yeah, you got it. We have a little bit of a steering correction in lane 6, Saratoga. Nothing too major here. Now, this is Saratoga's only 4th race of the season, so they actually don't have that much racing that they have gotten in this season for a myriad of reasons here, but very well done. They are still connected again, all crews, but I'm going to look to lane 1, Row America Rye, and then perhaps to Newport A, and then all the way across to Mount St. Joseph's in lane 7. And other than that, still all crews connected, and we will let this shake out just a little bit as we will see these crews start to settle into the rates that they are going to row for the meat of the race here, the heart of the race. And again, I have a feeling that we are going to see quite a clash of titans here in this race.
Yeah, definitely the meat of the race and the heart of the race. They're going to need a lot of guts for this one because it is going to be very, very close. Right as we come and pan across to the 500-meter mark, we're still seeing bow number 1, Row America Rye in the lead. Then we'll give it to Newport in lane 0, Marin in lane 2. The next two, all too close to call, but I think I saw Saugatuck maybe an inch ahead, snagging into that 500-meter mark.
Yeah, it's just so hard to tell, isn't it? Just at the 500, it's amazing how things change in the course of just 1,000 meters or so. And we never know what these crews' actual plans are. Again, we don't know if they're moving at the 750 and the 1250, or if they're making a big move at the 1,000, or if they're just reacting to what everybody else is doing out there. And that, again, really speaks to the maturity of the crew and their ability to stay internal and focus on their own race plans.
Absolutely, and it's very challenging to stay internal when you have such tight racing, when your body is completely taxed. Again, your lungs and your legs are on fire. Your brain is just either an empty blank space or full of way too much. As a coxswain, what do you do in this kind of tight pressure cooker situation?
Oh, I think the more chaos, the calmer you have to get. So as a coxswain, I'm actually going to lower my tone a little bit. So it's not necessarily getting louder and trying to overcome the voice and the chaos and all the noise around, but it's actually trying to bring it internal again. And I'm going to say, listen to my voice right now. My voice is the only one that matters. We need to dial in right now. Here's what we're going to do. And I think just that calming tone can actually bring a little bit of looseness back to the crew and kind of bring them focused back in if you actually do what the opposite of all that chaos is doing, kind of bring them back in.
Right, kind of standing out by providing some contrast, being a bit of a grounding factor, and again, being relaxed. What that means and it translates to is just being able to be smooth, be technical, find some swing with each other. But it is Row America Rye across the finish line first, or across the 1,000-meter fight first, Newport. Then we've got this other field. We've got Marin. Then we've got a good fight between Saugatuck and Greenwich. Then we saw CRI, Mount St. Joseph and Saratoga all in that fight over in the near shore lanes, but we still have the leader of Row America Rye about 3/4 of a boat length over Newport, but Marin sitting just a seat or two down from Newport. Then we've got a good fight for 4th happening between Greenwich and Saugatuck, trying to see if they can snag a top 3 spot in the country here in the Women's Youth 8s National Championships.
Yeah, that's right. And actually, this is quite an exciting race here. Newport and Marin, two local crews, well, local to California, Northern and Southern California. They get to race each other pretty often, so there's quite a rivalry there. So a fun rivalry to keep an eye on in lane 0 and lane 2, if you know anything about California crews or the names Newport and Marin, which you will see time and time again. But right now, leading the pack between those two, sandwiched right in between, is Row America Rye, our current leader.
And we've seen a lot of good sprints out of Newport over the course of this regatta. So they will need to rely on that to edge into this lead that Row America Rye A has on the pack. So they are leading into this last 500 meters, about to pierce that line into the extra tough 500. Newport about that is still actually probably closing that gap as I speak. Marin moving with them as well as we pan and see this who's going to be crossing this last quarter of the race. You see the peloton following, also trying to stay with the field. It is Row America Rye, but Newport still ahead of Marin at this point of the race. Then Saugatuck taking a lead over Greenwich. Then we're looking at the red shell of CR Rye, Saratoga, and Mount St. Joseph.
Yeah, that's right. And Newport can definitely smell blood in the water here. They are going after Row America Rye with a vengeance. And we've seen time and time again that Row America Rye actually rose a bit high, too. So they're actually at about a 38 right now, 37, 38, rowing quite high. Newport, I have about the same. And again, we are looking over at Marin as well. So don't discount the black boat of Marin with the red blades there. Rowing off to the side there, I have them about a 35, 36. But Row America Rye still rowing quite high here. And they are definitely coming down the course with a vengeance and not going to give it up as they come to the finisher's chute.
Absolutely. If you're on shore, which I can see a fair amount of spectators now charging to then cheer on these crews. This is 8 lanes of 8s, people. This is the cream of the crop in the women's youth 8. We are looking at Row America Rye trying to keep their finish, trying to keep their first place position as they near towards the finish line. We have Newport on the hunt. Marin trying to stick with them. Then look at this near shore. Is this Saugatuck just trying to edge into that top 3 spot? We start to hear some cowbells. We hear some screams. Row America Rye still trying to hold on to it, but look at Marin. Marin is on the move. They've shortened up. They've increased their stroke rate. I don't even know what they're at, but they're trying to catch Newport. Newport moving their bow ball up Row America Rye, but Row America Rye will take it. Newport and then Marin closer here in the middle of the pack. We're looking at Saugatuck just about a half boat ahead of Greenwich Crew. CR Rye coming across about a little bit of a deck overlap with Saratoga. Saratoga overlap with Mount St. Joseph.
Yeah, what an incredible race that was. Row America Rye. Congratulations to them. And Newport on the cusp of greatness there. Almost caught them at the end. A really phenomenal sprint. And when we get our times populated up on the screen, we will try to give those to you. You can see the hugs there. I love that from the Row America Rye coxswain and stroke seat.
Maurice, who do you have with you on the dock?
And I'm here with the powerhouse, the fastest women's 8 in the nation, Row America Rye. I'm going to need you guys to introduce your names and let the world know who you are.
I'm Clementine Riegelhaupt.
Sienna Knight. I'm Alexandra Osval.
Grace Regan.
Claire Van Prague.
Evie Gassman.
I'm Maeve Sisk.
Gabrielle Updike.
Fiona Auskerson.
Now give me one word. What you thinking right now?
Speechless.
Shocked.
Grateful.
Finally. Thankful.
Family.
Fire.
Golden.
Love.
Now, Coxswain, what gets your ladies going?
This is the first time the Row America Rye Women's 1v8 has won this event. So I think just making history. We were the first 8 from our program to do it. So just reminding that throughout the race really just got us moving.
And there you have it. Row America Rye has secured the top men's and women's 8s of the U.S. Rowing Youth National Championship. Congratulations, ladies.